In a recent video, I talked about something I call invisible static. That's the subtle tension children can feel in a parent's nervous system, even when we're trying to stay good, cool, and calm. And a lot of parents resonated with that idea. But one of the questions that came up again and again was this: if we're trying so hard to stay calm, why does parenting seem so damn exhausting? So, why does it feel like you're constantly managing reactions, watching your tone, thinking about the right responses, just to keep things steady? In this video, I want to show you something that helps explain that feeling, because once you see it, you realize something very important. You're not failing as a parent. You might just be trying to hold the system together from the wrong place. Have you ever noticed something strange in your parenting? You're doing everything that you've been told to do. You're taking the deep breaths, you're encouraging your child to, you're softening your voice. You try to stay calm in the middle of chaos, and yet you feel absolutely exhausted. Not just a bit tired, but drained in a way that makes you wonder, why does staying calm feel so much like hard work? It's because this is what often starts to happen. Your child reacts, so you try harder to stay calm. You think about your tone, you remind yourself about not escalating, but the behaviour keeps coming. So you double down, more patience, more breathing, more effort, more implementation, until eventually you reach the end of the day wondering, why does this feel like I'm carrying the whole world by myself? That pattern is what I call the parent burnout loop. If that's you, I want to say something really important. You are doing what they have taught you. You're not doing it wrong. In fact, most parents I work with are working at it incredibly hard. The problem is that most parenting advice focuses on the wrong part of the system. And once you get to understand and see this, something starts to make more sense than you would ever realize. Inside my work with parents, I explain behavior using something I call the resonance breakthrough tree. Imagine a tree. The leaves are the behaviors we see. The meltdowns, the shutdowns, the defiance, the emotional overwhelm, the silence treatments that you get, the tantrums, the anger. The trunk is what most parents' advice teaches you. That's where all the strategies live. The calming techniques, the scripts, the breathing, the regulation tools. And these can and often do help, which is wonderful. But here's the part almost nobody is talking about. Under the ground are the roots. And the roots are the energetic safety signals running through the nervous system. If the roots feel unstable or unsafe, the whole tree struggles. The exhaustion of parents, you really feel it. What most parents ending up doing is trying to hold the tree up from the trunk. You're constantly managing reactions, watching your tone, thinking about the right response, trying to stay calm, even when the inside of you is stressed, tired, overwhelmed, and you really want to scream. That effort takes a huge amount of energy. And children, especially sensitive children, can feel that very struggle. Even when you're saying all the right words, they feel the tension underneath the calm. I call that the invisible static. I remember a time when my daughter was very young and still sleeping in a cot. Now, she had been sleeping beautifully for months, and then suddenly she wasn't settling at all. Night after night, it became harder and harder. I tried everything. I continually resettled her in a calm, orderly manner without making drama, along with all of the things that would normally calm her if she was a bit irritated or upset. And being calm and patient, I was. But inside, I was being absolutely frustrated and exhausted. And one night, I realised something. Instead of just trying to manage the behaviour, which is where I was coming from, I could look at what was happening underneath it. When I shifted my focus to the energetic connection between us and cleared what she was reacting to, something changed almost instantly. She settled, and from that night on, the problem disappeared. That moment taught me something powerful. Sometimes the behaviour isn't the problem. It's the signal for what's underneath it. Now, when we work at the root level, something changes. You're no longer forcing calm from the trunk. Instead, safety starts to rise naturally through the system. The tree begins supporting itself differently, and parenting stops feeling like a constant corrective effort. You're no longer trying to act calm. You actually start to feel steady calm from the inside out. And children respond to that and shift really surprisingly quickly. If this idea is new to you, the next step isn't learning another parenting strategy. It's experiencing what it feels like to reset the roots of your nervous system. Inside my school community, I've created a short practice called a 7-minute resonance reset. That's a mouthful. 7-minute resonance reset. It's part of the free foundation module where I guide parents through the first step of clearing the invisible static. So many parents tell me at this point, oh, this feels completely different. If you'd like to try it, you can access it for free inside the Energy Wise Parenting Hub. The link is in the description below, and the QR code should appear on the video, or at least into the directions of the video. And if you found this helpful, I'd love to hear in the comments. Do you ever feel like you're constantly trying to hold the whole tree up by yourself? Because once we understand the roots, everything about behaviour can actually start to look different.